Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Oh, shut up, Chris. Trust you to ruin it. That's not too shabby. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Let me know in the comment section below if you've seen anything similar on YouTube. Please subscribe.
It's December 22nd, 2023. 12, 22, 23.
Interesting.
Well, if you think that's interesting, this is going to make you freak out, Chris.
22, 23.
24, 25, 26.
You gotta get the significance of these numbers, and that'll tell you what's gonna happen in the future.
Well, thanks for making me look stupid. I thought we were just practicing counting.
Because these sickos, these owners, these people who run the world.
Oh, Chris, you'd never listen. Beyonce told us who runs the world.
Who run the world, girls?
See, it's girls, not sickos.
Who run the world?
Sickos.
See, it doesn't even fit, idiot.
The problem is, unfortunately, it's very difficult to predict these things. And it usually happens.
You need to get that, Chris? Predict what? What the hell are we even talking about? I'm hoping it's flat earth, otherwise this is going to be a very disappointing video.
I mean, look at the dollar bill. You see the Twin Towers burning, for crying out loud. What is it, the $10 bill? $10 bill.
No, you don't. On the front, you see some guy with a dodgy haircut, and on the back is a picture of the United States Treasury. Unless, of course, you mean after you do some origami on it, and it looks like a rocket ship with a tree growing out of the top. But it definitely doesn't look like the Twin Towers burning. Not unless you're a conspiracy weirdo.
In the 50, there's something else. I mean, there's a whole bunch of satanic shit that these people do. This is what they are. Sickos.
You know, you wouldn't want to get trapped inside Cece's brain, would you? Not even for a split second. Is there anything that you trust? I bet you've even got somebody to taste your scrambled eggs in the morning in case your wife's trying to poison you, haven't you?
Because you figured out the flat earth. Smartest people in the world. That's right. See, I was a ball at one point.
Did he just say that flat earthers are the smartest people in the world? Okay. And we'll get to that in just a second. So, Chris, you used to be a ball earther, which isn't a thing anyway. We are just called people who can accept reality. But what happened? Was it some sort of traumatic brain injury? An industrial accident, maybe? Flat earthers are the smartest people on Earth. Yeah, they don't even know what shape Earth is.
I believed all of this was true. I believed it all. But then I discovered
The internet, you know, that place where flat earthers do their very important research.
you know, my former boss that I worked with, he would go nuts. You know, he would just go crazy over stupid things.
Well, you and your former boss must have been very close then, Christopher. Either that or you're self-employed.
And it was before I was a flat earther, but I was still calm. You know what I mean? I always told him, just relax, don't worry, just take it as it is. It's no problem. You can't do anything about it. Why get so angry about it? You know?
Yeah, well, those are very wise words, Cece. Your former boss was obviously a smart guy. So now we definitely know you're not self-employed.
But now that I'm a flat earther, I have patience.
Of course you do. And it shows in your videos. I mean, we have never, not even once, seen you lose your cool and scream and shout at your phone.
Today's a Friday. I'd like to give you a little something to think about on a Friday.
You're right enough, Chris. It is a Friday. Well done. Me personally, I like to think about things every day. I don't just save it all up for a Friday. Maybe you should try it as well. Then maybe you wouldn't be a flat earther anymore.
I was thinking about doing a year's wrap.
I wouldn't bother, Chris. I tried that and it didn't work. Hardly anybody watched it. You say NASA's lying and it's all a big scam. But mate, you don't even understand a simple diagram. Alright, calm down. It wasn't that bad. Just not as many people watched it as I would have liked.
This morning I got to the office right when the sun was coming closer to me.
Rising, you mean?
And I noticed they hitting us with chemtrails all day today. Okay. This morning it was just up and down everywhere. And you could see them morphing. But this is what I find interesting. And I've noticed this before. You know, sometimes the chemtrail goes across the sky and then it stops. You know, and then it continues on, and then it's almost like they're flicking a switch and it's going off.
Sudden breaks in contrails are due to variations in the atmosphere where the plane is flying. Contrails, or condensation trails to give them their full name, are formed when the hot humid air from the jet exhaust mixes with colder low pressure air at high altitudes. Now when a plane flies through areas of the sky where the temperature and humidity levels vary, or where there are different air currents or wind shears, it can cause the contrails to appear broken. If the air's too dry or not cold enough, the contrails might dissipate quickly or not even form at all, leading to those gaps you see in the sky.
I don't think it's that. I think these trails that they're forming up there depend on the energy of the sun. Okay?
Holy crap, CC, you got something half right. And for a flat earther, that's gotta count as a win. The sun can impact contrails. The temperature and humidity conditions necessary for contrail formation are influenced by the time of day and the season, which are related to the sun's position. Now, for instance, contrails might be more likely to persist or spread in colder temperatures, which are typically found during the early morning or late evening or in winter months.
Or I should say the light reflecting from the sun.
Ah, you've got to spoil it, haven't you, when you were doing so well? When was the last time you got something even half right?
Anyway, let me get to the point. So when the sun was coming closer and you could see it, the chemtrails stopped right in the middle and continued on all the way at the end because it was picking up the rays of the sun. That one area did not pick up the ray of the sun.
Well, if you mean the broken area in the contrail, then of course it's not going to pick up the sun's rays because it's not there.
Okay, so my point is, they know that these are reflecting things. This is like a beacon, more or less, like the moon is, okay? Because they hit us at night, too. But if you notice, all the trails are in front of the moon, and all of them are in front of the sun.
And that's not because the moon is almost 240,000 miles away from Earth and the sun is 93 million miles away.
See, now, the moon is what I want to bring up here. The moon is important because if the ball earthers out there believe that the sun is being reflected off of the moon and that's what's creating this bright light, it's not. Okay, that's not. It's got its own source of light.
Well, that's a very interesting theory, Chris, and I, for one, would love to hear you explain how exactly the moon's own source of light is powered. Oh.
They know this, and this is why they take advantage of it while they're doing chemtrails late at night, because it's actually morphing. You can see it through the moon, and they usually only do it when it's a full moon, or you know, when it's not a crescent moon, but when it's a full moon they do it. You know, when it's like 75%, 80%, 85%, you'll see it if you look close. They're chemtrailing it, but you gotta look.
You have got to look, yes, but the problem is that when a flat earther like you looks at something, they see something very different to what a normal person sees. Yes, you can still sometimes see contrails at night, but they are still just condensation trails. Think about it like this, CC. Where are all these planes hidden? How are they filled? Are they normal passenger airliners? Or are they purpose-built? And this is the big question. Why have we never, ever seen any evidence of one of these so-called planes that sprays us with chemicals on the ground? Surely, especially nowadays where everybody's got a high-resolution camera on them 24/7, somebody would have been able to snap a picture, maybe a disgruntled employee at one of these airlines. Where's the evidence? Oh yeah, there isn't any.
I think light is what is causing these chemtrails to morph. I think that's what it needs. It needs that energy.
Look, over time, the ice crystals within contrails can start to spread out due to wind and the surrounding air's humidity. If the air is supersaturated, the ice crystals in the contrail will continue to grow by taking up moisture from the surrounding air. This process is similar to how natural cirrus clouds form and grow.
I don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, we'd figure that much out for ourselves.
This is the biggest up that I've ever heard, and I didn't even realize this until I became a flat earther. You know that they say in the winter, the sun is further away from us. I mean, closer to us than the summer.
Whoa, that's twice you've got something right in one video, CC. Try not to balls it up like you did when you got something right earlier on, though.
That makes a lot of sense, guys, doesn't it?
Even though we're closer to the sun in the winter, it's actually the angle of the sunlight that makes it colder. Think of it like a flashlight shining on a wall. I know that's a terrible example because, well, we all know why it's a terrible example. But I feel like I need to explain something in this video that demonstrates that I'm not as stupid as a flat earther. Now, when you hold the flashlight straight on, the light is concentrated and bright. But if you tilt the flashlight, the light spreads out and becomes dimmer. And in winter, the earth is tilted in a way that the sunlight is more spread out and less direct, making it colder.
See, now that's all bullshit. Basically, on a flat earth, the sun is on a record. Okay? It's going further away from us. Okay? And then it comes closer to us on an angle.
I've got to ask this question, and it may well be a stupid one, but I'm asking it anyway. Now, the sun is 109 times bigger than the Earth. You could actually fit the Earth into the sun's mass 1.3 million times. Now, depending on which flat earther you speak to, they've got a different idea about how big the sun is, how far away it is, and all that good stuff. But let's just say that the sun is local, like a lot of flat earthers claim, and that it moves away from them. Surely something that massive would then still be visible from anywhere on a flat earth? How exactly are people in Australia not seeing the sun when it's out in the UK, for example? Because on a flat earth, they would be able to.
So, in the summertime, this sun would be right up here. Okay? In the wintertime, the sun at this time is right there. This is what creates the seasons, a local sun.
No, it isn't. It's Earth's axial tilt.
Every single crater on the moon, it is all coming in on one angle. How is that possible?
No! Now, for those of you who've been here for a long time, you'll know that I used to script all my videos and that I recently reverted back to just winging it. So what I do now is I'll prepare some notes of things I potentially want to say during a video, or any citations I need to look up, whatever. Boring stuff, I know. And the reason I bring it up is this. I think CC does the same, but the difference between his notes and my notes is that his notes must just be a list of the stupidest possible things any human being could say. The shape of a crater can give clues about the angle of impact, CC. While many craters are fairly circular, suggesting a more direct or steep impact, others have a more elongated or asymmetrical ejector pattern, indicating a lower angle or an oblique impact. The variety of crater shapes and patterns on the moon's surface shows us a wide range of impact angles. You absolute spanner. Well, I don't know why you were saying. It's not me saying stupid things, is it? Anyway, I think we leave it there for today, but before you go, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for sticking around and watching the nonsense I make. It still absolutely baffles me that anybody would be even remotely interested in anything I've got to say. Now, seeing as this is the last video I'll make in 2023, I thought I would just show you some gratitude, so thank you. Huge thanks as always to these lovely people who all support what I do via Patreon and channel membership. And remember, if you sign up for either, you will now also be entered into a monthly draw where you can win a free item of merch. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I've had a few people ask me if I've got a PO box, and I haven't, because they're really bloody expensive in the UK. But I think the time has finally come for me to put my hand in my pocket and set one up, so keep an eye out for that in upcoming videos as well. And on that note, I'm out of here. Happy New Year to you all, and I will see you in the next video, which will be next year. Oh, you're still here then. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something new. If you did, then you'll probably enjoy this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all again very soon, or in a few minutes if you do decide to watch this recommended video. Love you, bye.